Hello, my name is Rabil Sheikh, and today's webinar will be on lesson planning. The three learning objectives for today's webinar will be: number one, what is a lesson plan? Number two, how to make a lesson plan? And number three, recognizing the benefits of using lesson plans. Other than these lesson objectives, I would like you to view this webinar as an example of how you can structure your own lessons. The first thing that I'd like you to do is write down your name and one thing you are looking forward to today. The purpose for this very short and easy activity is to put you in a good mood, ready to learn. And this is a very simple sentence stem that you can also use with your students. Let's come to part one, which is understanding what is a lesson plan. There are three questions you need to ask yourself before you make a lesson plan. Number one, what is it that you want your students to learn? Number two, what teaching and learning activities will you use? And number three, how will you check that the students have actually learned? A lesson plan then is the instructor's roadmap of what students need to learn, how it will be taught to them, what learning activities you will use, and how will you obtain information that students have in fact learned. A lesson plan will have three main components. Number one, learning objectives like you just saw. Number two, learning activities. And number three, assessments. So step one is identifying what is it that students need to learn. They have to be able to learn this either within the lesson, after the lesson, within the topic, within the term, within the month. It depends on how long or how comprehensive your lesson plan is. It's really important that the lesson objectives be in simple language that can easily be understood by students, and you can see how those objectives have been met using the activities planned. So how will we then make a lesson plan? Firstly, telling students what they will be learning helps to keep them more engaged and on track. It allows you to better organize your class and understand why you have planned specific learning activities. It's very useful every day or every lesson to just write down on one corner of the board what the lesson objectives for that day will be. Then we come to step two, which is planning the specific learning activities. Now, these learning activities have to be related, of course, to the objectives of the course, allowing students to engage in and practice and get feedback on those specific objectives as well as activities. Now, when you are choosing the activities you want to use in your class, you want to ask yourself a few questions. Number one, how will you explain the topic? How will you illustrate the topic in a different way if students don't understand the first time? How will you get students to be engaged in the topic? Will you use any real life examples? And how will you assess the students to help them understand the topic better? So the way to create engaging lessons is, number one, we gain the attention of our students. We can do that by a simple starting activity, by an informal class discussion. Number two, we'll tell the students what they are going to learn. Number three, we're going to ask them if they know anything about this topic from before. Then we will present the new content. We will explain, re-explain if needed, allow students plenty of chance to practice. We will provide feedback on the practice. And finally, we will help students remember this information and to be able to use it outside the classroom as well. Step three is assessments of student understanding. So we want our students to demonstrate the knowledge that they have learned and the skills that they have acquired in the topic or the lesson. You will want to decide how many assessments you want to do and what kind of assessments will they be, how will you mark them. Please remember that always be realistic with deadlines, mostly for yourself, okay? A lot of unscheduled, unplanned things happen during the course of a school term, and you always want to give yourself some free time in your lesson to allow for those unscheduled activities. So if you think that an activity will take 15 minutes, schedule in 20 to 25 minutes just to be safe. What's the worst that can happen? You'll have an extra few minutes left over. Always plan for an optimistic closing, right? You don't want to leave your lesson at the time when the bell is ringing and you're scrambling out of your seats and everybody's rushing with their bags and their books. Always end a few minutes before the bell rings. Always use any kind of formal or informal way to check if students have understood. Popular methods of doing this can be using an exit ticket or using a KWL chart. These are resources that you can download on the website grassrootspk.com. So finally, the benefits of making a lesson plan are that they help the teacher feel prepared, they allow the teacher to feel confident, and they allow for meaningful learning between the teacher and the student. Now, before you go, I want you to write down one thing that you learned in today's workshop. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you have any questions, please log on to www.grassrootspk.com and you can join our Teachers Support Teachers group, where it's a safe space for you to ask questions and interact with other educators. If you need any resources, those are also available on the website. Thank you.